Okay, so that was interesting. Largely smooth drive. Few little issues, whatever. So, I've lost track of which one. Oh, so the infamous Tesla traffic light. Well, today the car did indeed indicate it was stopping for the traffic light at West Street Park Road and FM 1431, which to anybody else would be a flashing yellow. So anyway, yeah, he came down to 30 miles an hour. Fortunately for the car behind me, he recognized that I was slowing down and he went around me. He was pretty far off, but he said, "Oh, you're going to brake here?" Maybe he knew Black Tesla run FSD. Who knows? What? Nobody knows about FSD. Okay. Whatever. Peace and harmony. So we did pretty good right up until we got on the west side of Cedar Park, where for some reason, and I think the car just lost track of where the road was, although it was very clear white line. He straddled the white line with the left turn lane on on the first exit, I think it is, in East Cedar Park. Whatever. I just stopped it, sent a recording like, why are we here? There's no reason to be straddling that line. And actually, he crowded another line, several lines actually this morning. So I don't know. It's cloudy outside, so mostly cloudy anyway. So it's not like there was like sun in the cameras or anything. He was just being weird today. Anyway, whatever. And so finally coming into Cedar Park, when it opened up the 3 lanes, I did use the turn signal move me to the left lane, which the car respected, but there was a little white car, Subaru, I think it is, WRX, passed me, and okay, that's not really a big deal. But when we get down Discovery Boulevard, where we're going to turn left to go into the Superchargers, the Subaru's there. The Subaru's in the outside of the 2 turning lanes. FSD here, California Road Rager, what'd he do? He said, "Oh, I'm going the inside of this car. I'm going to show him." Dude, and I'm telling the car, you realize we're going to turn right up here, right? Not that the car can hear me. I mean, yes, there is a microphone, so I guess in theory it could hear me, but I'm sure he doesn't hear me. Anyway, so the light turns green, car takes off, but he doesn't take off fast enough to get in front of the Subaru, and shouldn't be surprised Subaru wasn't going to let us pass. So he saw the car next to him. He turned on his turn signal and said, "Oh, I'm going to wait for him to go by." Okay, there's no car behind that car. So I just braked, stopped FSD, go up to the next place where I can turn around, and I turn around and come into the Superchargers. I mean, this is the part I'm really struggling with. I get it. Sometimes you really need that California Road Rager type mentality to handle traffic. But dude, come on. When you have to finesse stuff, you're not doing it. Anyway, peace and harmony, onward, upward charge. So this is the FSD out to the Superchargers, and when we finish the range test, we'll do an FSD back home. Okay, so for my FSD trip home, I will tell you, after having driven for almost 4 hours, switching to FSD, doing the driving, so to speak, yes, I'm still driving, but FSD is helping out, right? Much more relaxing. Okay, so the trip home, wow. I mean, all of a sudden, FSD is in a magical land. Nothing's changed as far as I know. Is that fair? Is it accurate? Coming out of the Superchargers, I think I had to use the turn signal to push it into the middle lane. It it seemed to be having some issues with cars in the inside and outside lanes. Although I can tell you right now, the closest car to me was, what, 2-3 tenths of a mile up the road, white Honda Accord. So I'm not quite sure why. Anyway, whatever, FSD was not completely happy, but it held its line. It kept going, so it did okay. I want to say there was something else. Oh, yes. The famous Tesla traffic light at West Reed Park. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right, so coming up behind me, of course, it was a Lexus, therefore a Toyota. He was coming up behind me. He was coming up straddling the lanes. Oh my goodness, it scared me to look at him. I didn't want to wait around to see what he did. So anyway, yeah, the car was braking, was slowing down, and I finally just put my foot on the accelerator and said, no, I'm going to accelerate out of this. Okay? I'm tired. I'm tired of this. Let's see, I saw some, there are actually traffic lights that are being used as flashing red and flashing yellows. Down just north of Lockhart. Lockhart? Yes, Lockhart. So maybe I'll go down there and try those lights, see what the car sees. I mean, I could see what the car would interpret it as a traffic light, but they're not being used as traffic lights, which is kind of a waste of money, but there it is. But anyway, that's another story. So I think the only real, well, there was another one. But so the main issue I had, other than the Tesla traffic light, was turning left onto Loman Ford. It was a stale green with a green arrow. And stale green means it's been green for a while. You can tell it's been green for a while. You're pulling up on it, and the car's kind of hesitating, not sure if he really wants to go. Well, I want to go. I want to get home. Okay, so whatever. I hit the brake, and I just accelerated it through that turn. Would it have handled it? Yes, it would have eventually, but it would have been almost forever. It probably would have waited for the light to turn red, and we'd have to wait for a cycle of the lights. Would be my guess. And there was a pickup who, I don't know, he was in the outside lane coming up, and I think he wanted to, in fact, I know he wanted to go left, because once I went by, he cut over into the turn lane. Right? He forgot to look. Whatever. Okay, so there was that. FSD and trying to be his chill mode today. On Loman Ford, he decided to go to the outside lane. And as we're coming up to dawn, I just lost patience. I don't care. Right? There was two trucks coming up behind me. They were both kind of like suggesting from their speed that they were going to go to the inside lane to go straight. They weren't going to turn right. Right? Hello? Are you in there, FSD? Are you in there, Tesla Ego? If your right turn is your right lane is going to become a right turn lane only, you don't want to be in it. You want to be in the yellow lane that's going to go straight if you're going straight. Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter how many times I go by that intersection, I'm almost certain that FSD will never get the idea. I mean, he has to sooner or later. Sooner or later, he has to grow up. And the guys with 11.4.4, oh, it's really great. Well, I wish I could prove that, whether or not it's great or not. Anyway, peace and harmony. So I did that. Okay. From there on out, it was okay. It was fine. It handled turning on the boggy Ford correctly. The famous Tesla 30-mile-per-hour zone showed up, and I just used the scroll wheel to push it back up to 40. just to keep it going. But whatever, I'm home, it's safe. 18 miles, 35 minutes. We used 294 watt hours per mile. There was a lot of watt hours that coming out of the superchargers. But whatever. And I'm at 92%. I better readjust it. But anyway, the grade. What's the grade? How, the one place I absolutely took over, said, I'm not going to let you do it, I'm going to do it. That was my choice. I mean, would the white pickup who cut across 2 lanes, would he have been happy if I had stopped, or if FSD had stopped for that light and refused to go? No, he would have been angry. He probably already was angry that I cut him off, so to speak. Although I was already in the inside lane, I was already there. I didn't cut him off. But I have a feeling he might have had that feeling. So, but anyway, other than that, I would give it an A-. The rest of the trip, almost all of the trip, was so smooth, so predictable. I mean, yes, there was a Fiat 500e that was behind me, and he was following me for a ways. And, so FSD goes these things, when he's going around a curve, if it's going uphill, downhill, I'm guessing he's losing part of his sight. And, I gotta slow down a little bit, I'm scared. Okay. I mean, all us normal human drivers are going, it's a 55 zone, I'm going 55. Unless, of course, you're speeding, then you're doing 65. Right? So having a car suddenly slow down to 52, 53, even if you were happy doing 55 behind that car before, you'd be like, I don't trust this guy, I need to get away. And I don't blame you. Okay, whatever. Peace and Army. Anyway, like I said, A-. Mostly happy with the performance this afternoon. I think the morning was also pretty good. I mean, I'm getting really tired of the Tesla traffic light at West Reed Park Road, but, until something changes, it's going to stay the same. Peace and harmony.